The following program is produced by Michael Ray Helms and Jen Hebben under the direction of executive producer Martie Groat and the board of All Ears Theater, with funding provided by the Irving S. Gilmore Foundation. All Ears Theater. Every Christmas, Liz Evans likes to surprise her tinkering husband, Wally, with an out-of-the-ordinary gift, something he never would have thought of or bought for himself. This past Christmas, she outdid herself and purchased a top-of-the-line video drone to keep him out of her hair. With lifelong pal Jimbo Perkins, the two become skilled drone pilots and want to take their adventure to greater new heights. What have the boys cooked up this time? We'll find out soon in this original audio production of Wally's Garage, The HexaDrone Pilots by Mark A. Savage. Featured in the cast are Glynis Fenn, Colleen Centers, Tim Eschelbach, Mickey Sykes, Dixie Edwards, Chip Maley, and Wes Garman.
You know, Bev, ever since I gave Wally that drone for Christmas, he's been like a kid in a candy store. Every day he's out in that garage or off with Jimbo and the pucker brush, flying that contraption and taking some of the most amazing videos that I've ever seen.
Liz, those two are cut from the same cloth. I know Springfield like the back of my hand, but those shots from the air have opened up a whole new dimension.
Last week, Wally showed me some video he took of the baseball field next to where the old high school stood. I didn't notice it at first, but he had hovered the drone and showed me the outline of the old building's foundation. Even after 20 years, that 60-year-old building's footprint could be seen.
It was such a sad day when they tore that building down. Jimbo grabbed a few bricks from the rubble. We used them as doorstops in the den. Speaking of high school, did you get a notice from the reunion committee about our 50th class reunion?
Yes, from Rita Spangler. I saw her last week at the store. She said a group had been meeting for a couple of weeks, planning out a weekend event. Some golfing, a picnic, then a big bonfire in the evening where we could all sit around and reminisce. Sounds like fun.
I ran into Barb Dawson, too. She said no formal stuff this time. That suits me just fine. I like the casual theme. And I know how much the boys like to get dressed up for a formal dinner, or for anything for that matter.
Amen to that. If they were in charge, we would all be in flannel shirts and bib overalls.
Hey there, ladies. What's so funny?
Oh, nothing that involves you two, yet. Bev and I were talking about our 50th class reunion coming up in August.
Oh boy, another chance to see who's wrinkled, bald, and fat.
Present company included, Jimbo. Now don't be such an old grump. You won't have to suit up, and you have plenty of time to think about your clothes. For that matter, you can wear shorts and an Aloha shirt to cover up that keg you call coiled up muscle.
Time out, Ref. This keg is bought and paid for.
And you two can dust off those sticks you call golf clubs and putter around with your baseball team buddies.
That does sound like fun. Haven't lost a ball in years.
Haven't played in years either.
Bad punchline, Jimbo. So, who's going to be at this Old Timers Fest anyway? Anyone will know?
We just received the invitation from the reunion committee, so we don't know who's coming just yet. But I'd hazard a guess that it will be our classmates and their spouses, 8-ball.
And there's a picnic in the afternoon and a bonfire planned later that evening, so we can all be as casual as we want, get caught up with folks who moved away, and chat the night away.
Oh, that sounds better. I think my neck is still chafed from that formal dinner we had for the 40th.
Yeah, it gives a whole new meaning to redneck, huh, Jimbo?
I'll tell you, Wally, if I was planning this shindig, everyone would be in flannel shirts and bib overalls.
What did I tell you, Liz? Do I know him or what?
What are you talking about?
Never mind, Jimbo. You two get washed up and we'll get some lunch going so you'll have enough strength to go drone flying.
Oh, don't need to tell me twice. Come on, Jimbo.
On you like a shadow.
Great lunch, ladies. Now for the dessert. Jimbo and I have decided that with all of our practicing with the drone, that we should get serious and get licensed to do this legally.
What? You have been flying that thing illegally?
Technically, yes, but we don't need a license to fly just for fun. If we want to do more than just fly around town and make some money doing it, we'll need a license, just like driving a car.
Well, there are some courses we can take online to become licensed and learn all of the safety regulations for flying in national airspace.
You're serious about this?
Yes, indeedy. And if we pass the tests, we could become official remote pilot certified.
And that means we could be hired out to shoot drone footage of all kinds of things, like construction sites and chambers of commerce. We could even take video of nasty weather like tornadoes.
Wally Evans, you are not going to chase tornadoes.
That goes for you too, Mr. Perkins.
Now, simmer down, you two. Those are just possibilities. Just last night, I saw a network news broadcast about a forest fire out west. Some guy, just like us, put his drone in the air and captured some early video of the fire, and the crew's coming to put it out. By the time the big TV news crews got to the scene in their helicopters, this guy had already downloaded the video to the local stations.
And last week, I saw a promotional video showing drone footage of the large crowds at last year's Wallace County Fair. The aerial shots gave a unique view of the entire site. This is something you couldn't get from the ground. I've also seen commercials with drone scenes of huge car lots. There are lots of safe alternatives.
You know, we've done some initial research online, and as far as we can tell, we'd be the only pair of drone pilots in a 3-county area capable of doing the same thing.
So you're thinking of going into business with this HexaDrone thing?
Well, we haven't gone that far with it yet, but thanks. That's a great name for it if we do. The Springfield HexaDrone. The sky is our limit.
Wow, there you go. A name and a slogan for our business cards.
So just where are you two going to find the time to do all this droning around the countryside? You do realize there's plenty of work to be done around here during the summer.
Not to mention the family things we have planned and that vacation up north in September.
Not to worry, ladies. We'll find the time. And besides, we're just brainstorming here, so nothing's set in stone. First things first, Jimbo and I must study for our licenses and pass the test before we can set out scouring for business.
And even then, we won't know who will take the bait when we make our pitch.
I have to admit, I did not see this coming when I bought that contraption. But as long as you're careful and don't hurt anything or anyone in the process, I guess you can have your fun.
Just be sure you don't get in over your head. I don't want to see you up to your elbows in alligators and then having to prioritize work over family.
Oh, we'll be careful. Baby steps, you know. I've enjoyed my retirement too much to want to go back to work full time again.
Ditto to that. I'm already working more now than I did when I had a paying job. I don't know how I got anything done last time.
Well, let's get back to the garage. You and I can do some more thinking about when we can study up for our licenses. So long, girls. You'll know where to find us.
Oh my goodness, Beverly, what have we gotten ourselves into this time?
I don't know, but ready or not, we're on our way.
Here we go, Jimbo. A drone training class we can take online.
You know, Wally, I've been thinking. It might be worth our while to head out to the airport and chew the fat with Marv. He's been flying real planes for years and teaches classes every summer. I just bet dimes to donuts he's up to speed on what we would need to do before we blindly plunk down some money on a website course. Might as well ask someone in the business before we get in too deep and can't get out.
Oh, you're spot on, Jimbo. I just spied the price tag on this first course, and I'm not sure Ms. Liz would want us to go that route. Marv may have all the inside dope on these rules and regulations and things that we'll need to do before we make any more plans. We just might find out this HexaDrone plan is not worth our time.
Well then, let's go. I'll tell the girls where we're going, you get the truck running, and I'll be right back.
10-4, Eleanor. Marv, you old rattlesnake, how you been? Haven't seen you in ages.
Wally and Jimbo, trouble on 4 legs. I'm keeping busy with some new pilot training and wondering when it was gonna rain. Grass around here looks like midwinter. It's like walking on potato chips. So what can I do you two for?
Well, Wally got a drone for Christmas. We've been toying around with it and taking pictures from the air. Want to know if you can help us get licensed?
Toys, you're in luck. I've been studying up on the process, and for a few shekels, I can help you become aces of the airways. The course I have in mind will teach you how to navigate the critter and how to avoid interfering with airspace. You have the drone with you?
Sure do. It's out in the pickup. I'll go get it.
So, Jimbo, what do you guys aim to do with this thing?
Well, right now, everything's up in the air, so to speak.
Good one. Haven't heard that before. No, really, what are your plans?
Oh, we've been toying with a couple of ideas, like hiring ourselves out to take aerial shots for special occasions, or even for the television news.
That sounds interesting. Nobody around here is doing that. You might have something going there.
Here she is, Marv. Meet the HexaDrone.
Well, Merry Christmas to you, Wally. It's a 6-propeller job. Very stable.
Oh, she's got all the right gear, too. High-resolution camera and control board with a monitor screen. We can capture the images on a memory card in the board and simultaneously upload the images to the cloud. That way, if the card fails somehow, the images can still be recovered.
Yeah, nothing like having a solid backup plan. Good going, guys. Now, when would you like to get started?
Well, the sooner the better. When can you fit us in?
Yeah, I can start next week if that suits you. I figure it'll take about a week to go over all the rules and regs, where you can and can't fly, and navigation tips for flying in different weather conditions. In a lot of ways, it'll be like teaching a new pilot to fly. But in your case, nobody will be in the aircraft.
Sounds great.
Oh, you take a test at the end of the course, and if you pass, it'll take a few weeks to get your license. Then, as we say in the business, the sky is the limit.
Marvelous, Marv. We'll see you Monday morning.
So how many shekels are we talking about for this adventure?
Since you're my first rodeo, I'd say 2 pieces of paper with Mr. Franklin's picture on it will do the trick.
Agreed. Thanks for your help. Can't wait to get started.
Me either. I'm looking forward to seeing how well you can fly this thing.
Thanks for helping me with these petunias, Bev. I can't believe how dry the ground has been. I can't remember when we've had a good soaking rain.
My garden's suffering too. Jimbo has 2 sprinklers going every night trying to give everyone a good drink. By morning, the soil's as dry as a bone.
Speaking of things falling from the sky, has Jimbo said anything to you about when their drone license would come?
Not a word. He did say he felt pretty confident about passing the test and really enjoyed the course. Learned a lot about drone flying.
Same with Wally. He's like a kid on Christmas Eve, wanting so badly to open his presents every time he sees the mail truck pass by. He runs to the box, then slowly walks back to the house. For the boys' sake, I hope those licenses come soon.
I'm glad that they're out there practicing, though. Keeps their mind off the process. The old ball field gives them plenty of room to zig and zag to their heart's content.
There. That takes care of the petunia flat. Next challenge, getting Waterboy Wally out here to keep these guys alive.
Good luck with that. By the way, have you heard anything new about the class reunion?
I saw Rita Spangler at the store the other day. She said the committee has received a good response from the class. They're putting together a class booklet with graduation pictures, addresses, and phone numbers so everyone can email, text, or call.
That is a nice touch. I've often wondered how our class scattered after graduation.
Some more than others, I'm told. Rita said Gordy Phillips and his wife are coming in from Fairbanks, Alaska. He retired from the railroad up there after 30 years busting through the snowbanks. I have a feeling that he may win the farthest away from Springfield award.
I remember our 40th. I was most surprised seeing Sarah Kennedy, now Gibbs. She hadn't aged a day. Oh, here comes Jimbo with a smile.
Guess what just came in the mail?
The gas bill.
An income tax return?
No, you sillies, my drone license. I'm now legal.
Well, finally, congratulations. All that fretting and stewing is paid off. Where's Wally? Did he get his too?
I don't know. He went to the hardware store for some drywall screws. I'm sure if I got mine, his would be in the mail too.
I sure do hope so. He's been like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rockers this past week, waiting. Oh, here he comes now.
Hey, Wally, my license came in the mail today. Better check the mailbox for yours.
Will do. Congrats.
Uh-oh, I know that look. No license?
Couple of bills in a furniture store ad. What's up with that?
Oh, I'm sorry, bud. I was sure that if I got mine, you'd get yours at the same time.
Me too. But maybe I didn't pass the test. Maybe that week of training and practicing was wasted time.
Oh, now, Wally, let's not jump to conclusions. You know how the bank sends out credit cards to us. They don't send them out at the same time. One comes a day later than the other. Maybe that's what happened in this case.
And remember what Marv told us? He said that even if one of us was licensed, we can still fly legally.
Yeah, but it would still be confirmation for me that I passed the test.
Try not to stew about it, Wally. Let's wait a few days.
Oh, you're right. Oh, great news, Jimbo. We can still fly. Let's think about how we can turn this hobby into something that'll pay us back for our lessons.
Well, I like the TV angle. Why don't we call the Channel 5 gang, show them some of our recordings, and see what they think?
Agreed. Might as well start at the top and work our way down. Doesn't hurt to ask.
Hold on, boys. Just remember what we said about getting out of retirement.
You don't want to be on call for every breaking news event within 60 miles.
Simmer down, ladies. This is a kick-the-tires adventure. Flyboy Marv told us nobody in the area is doing this, so it'll be up to us and the TV folks to make the decision. We'll be careful.
I've heard that line before. But as long as you're having fun and not getting into trouble, well, there's no harm in asking.
Let's get on the horn now, Wally, and make an appointment.
You read my mind, Sky King.
Gentlemen, welcome to Channel 5. I'm Greg Runyon, news director here.
Mr. Runyon, I'm Wally Evans, and this is my partner and neighbor, Jim Perkins.
People call me Jimbo. At least most of them do.
So noted. You can call me Greg. Now, why don't we step into my office and we can discuss what it is that you have to offer our news department. Have a seat, gents. I was intrigued by your call. Now, tell me about your idea.
It's pretty straightforward. We fly a drone complete with a high-resolution camera. Our images are captured on a memory stick and also on the cloud. Our proposal is to offer you our services to provide aerial video of news events, something your camera operators can't get from the ground.
And both of us are now licensed to fly and have been actively shooting video in and around our hometown of Springfield. We brought you a show reel of our recordings.
Recorded to the cloud? That's a great idea. That means that if you were in the field shooting for us, you wouldn't have to physically come back to the studio to download your video. We could simply download it and edit it from here.
That's right.
Well, tell me about your drone.
It's a 6-bladed unit, very stable, with a mounted camera. We control it from the ground. The control box has a mini monitor so we can see what the drone is shooting. We can pan and zoom just like your videographers can, only we're doing it remotely.
And in the air. We've also tested it out in all kinds of weather conditions. Not too anxious to chase tornadoes, mind you, but the capability for aftermath is huge.
Well, I've seen drone footage in larger markets. It's not used very often, but when it is, there's nothing that can touch an aerial perspective.
Channel 5 could have an exclusive with a HexaDrone.
HexaDrone? Boys, the marketing folks could have a field day with that. I'm intrigued. I'll tell you what. I'll pitch it to the higher-ups, and if they give the green light, I'll be in touch.
Well, that's all we can ask.
But we want to make sure you understand that we're just freelancers, offering our services on an as-needed basis, not full-time.
Fully understood. I have a handful of freelance reporters, so I know how that process works. They get paid by the story, and depending on the significance, can earn up to $100 a pop. Wally, Jimbo, some inside baseball. I've been looking for a new angle to get an edge on that pesky Channel 10 news outfit. Ratings means dollars in this business, and this just might be our ticket to grab some market share.
Glad we could help.
Boys, here's my card. It's got a direct newsroom hotline on it. Now, how do I get in touch with you two?
Greg, our card.
Love the logo and the slogan, the sky's our limit.
It works for us. Hope it works for you, too.
Gentlemen, thanks a ton. This is the best news I've had in weeks. I will be in touch.
Well, that went better than I'd expected. Greg's eyes lit up like he'd won the lottery.
Yeah, he was juiced all right. Hope the brass goes along with his new adventure.
Me too. Hey, would you look at that?
What?
Over there, just beyond the trees. Thick black smoke. Looks like a fire of some kind.
I think it's a grass fire. Oh, and look, it's heading for that barn.
Hey, let's get over there and see what's going on. Maybe we can fire up the HexaDrone and get some exclusive footage.
And maybe we'll get that call from Greg sooner than we think.
So what took you so long? I was about to call the sheriff to be on the lookout for you two.
Not to fear, ladies. We stopped to take some video of a large grass fire that nearly destroyed a farmer's barn. Fire department came and put it out, and no injuries to people or cattle.
HexaDrone caught it all from the air. We called the news director and told him what we shot. Should be on tonight's newscast at 6.
Well, that's something. You didn't get in the way, did you?
No, we were about half-mile away.
So we called Greg, the news director, told him what we shot and where the fire was. He said he'd have one of his reporters follow up for the story. And we didn't see any other news crews chasing the fire truck, so Channel 5 has an exclusive, as they say in the biz.
Sounds like you two have found your niche. We'll watch tonight to see how much of your video they use.
But remember, you promised not to become full-timers with this side hustle. We've got a lot planned for the next few weeks.
Yes, Mom.
Those plans include a class reunion, I assume?
You assume correctly. I also assume you get paid for this?
You assume correctly as well. Enough to cover the cost of our license class with Marv.
Good. Now get cleaned up. Bev and I are cooking out on the deck, and then we'll watch the news together for your TV debut.
Yes, Mom.
So, Rita, we're excited about the get-together this weekend.
Well, so am I. Plans are solid. We have about 50 of our classmates and their spouses or significant others coming. Guys can go golfing at Crescent Hills. We have the whole park to ourselves, including that pavilion if it rains. The Parks Department has set up an area for our bonfire in the evening, and Mary Lou has also created a class list with email, snail mail addresses, and cell phone numbers so we can keep in touch. We still need some extra hands to clean up following, though.
Oh, I'll get Wally to help with that. I'm sure Bev can talk Jimbo into that as well.
It'll be a long day, but one that we'll all remember. Hope you have a good time.
I'm sure we will. I'm just hoping that Wally doesn't get another call from the TV station again. He and Jimbo may have bitten off more than they can chew with this drone video thing they've gotten themselves into.
Well, for my 2 cents worth, they have certainly made the news more interesting to watch, knowing that someone from our little burg is involved in it.
They're still enjoying it and haven't been called out to chase tornadoes, so for that, I am happy.
Tell them I appreciate their work. See you Saturday.
Thanks, and see you too.
And Jimbo, would you look over there? Sarah Kennedy. She looks just like her graduation picture. Hasn't changed a bit. She even has that big hair thing going, too. Birds could build a nest up there.
Yeah, selling real estate in the big city can certainly cure a few ills.
Now stop it, you two. 50 years has changed everyone, including you.
What?
How many times have you had to reintroduce yourselves tonight?
Well...
See, we have all aged. Some just hide it better.
Yeah, enough said. So what say we get in line for the food? I'm starving.
Ditto, compadre. Looks like there's plenty to go around, especially Liz's cheesecake. I might just start with dessert and work backwards.
Well, hi, you guys. Great to see all of you, especially you, Dr. Strange Glove.
Oh, now cut that out. Booting that baseball was not my fault. I had sand in my eyes.
You'll never live that down, dear. Even the pros make an error in the big game.
Have a great time, Jimbo. I'm sure no one else will remember that game.
Everyone in this state remembers that game. Oh.
Jimbo, it's Channel 5. We've been asked to head north to the state forest with the drone. Big forest fire. We could get some great shots from the air.
Oh, Wally, not tonight of all nights.
Saved by the bell.
Jimbo, you promised.
I know, but this could be our really big chance to strut our stuff.
And make the network if it's good enough.
I just knew this would happen. Job more important than family fun. Get out of here, you two. We're going to have a serious discussion about this when you get back.
It's only 30 miles away. We'll get our shots and come back for the bonfire. No worries.
Make it quick then. But remember, you're still on the hook for that discussion.
Understood. Come on, Jimbo. Let's ride.
Boy, Wally, I've never seen Liz so frosted.
Yeah, she's been through a lot with this drone thing. I'd hoped that we wouldn't be as busy as we are, but getting phone calls in the middle of the night to fire up the drone is wearing thin. It would be different if we were both in our 30s and had the fire in our bellies to do this, but we're not and we don't.
Well, maybe we should make this our last hurrah, you know? Get out while we're on top rather than wait to be told, you're too old, get out.
I do like flying it, though. It was more fun when it was just for fun.
Yeah, me too. but I'm sure there are other ways to use drone footage than chasing cop cars and fire trucks. Maybe we should look at some commercial uses, like car dealers, or something less strenuous than hiking through the woods to get a good shot. I'd hate to quit now that we have all this experience.
Or we find some 30-somethings to take over the biz. Channel 5 has certainly benefited.
Agreed. Say, look there. Is that a red tint on the horizon?
Yep, we're about 5 minutes away from the forest entrance. We've got to be downwind of this blaze so we don't get caught up in it.
I've seen films on TV about large fires out west. Pine trees literally burst into flames if conditions are right.
And I've seen similar shots, fire tornadoes. Now, there's something I'd never want to be part of.
I see flames now. Let's stop and see which way the wind is carrying the fire so we can be safe and still get some great video.
Okay. Wind is coming from the west, and we're west of the flames going away from us. Let's get the drone out and see what we can see from here.
I'm on it. Okay, Captain. We're powered up and can shoot for 30 minutes.
Okay. All props are functional and safety lights are on. Are you ready with the recording unit?
All set. Dusk gives us plenty of light before we see the flames.
Up and away, HexaDrone!
Boy, we're getting some great video. Just saw some deer running out of the forest.
They've got the right idea. Boy, the smoke is thick. This dry spell is sure made for the perfect conditions. How far up are you now?
The gauge says 85 feet, but we can go higher.
Try to keep her above the tree height.
Okay. There you go. Flames shooting up the trees, just like the ones I saw on TV.
Good work, buddy. Do you see any firefighters on the ground?
None yet, but the camera's iris is closed down somewhat to compensate for the light coming from the flames.
Gotcha. Hover over more to the left, right behind the fire, for a different view.
Well, we're about as far away as we can be and still have control, Wally. I'll give it a shot. Yeah, there you go. I see fire truck lights flashing now in the background.
Great. Couple more minutes and we can head back to the reunion.
Oh, joy. More Dr. Strangelove slings from my baseball buddies. What the?
What's the matter?
I don't know, but it looks like we're being attacked by a hawk. I see its talons grabbing the drone.
Can you pull back or reset to home?
I'm trying everything Marv taught us, but it's not responding. Now there were two of them.
Hey, you two! Get out of there!
We must be near a nest or something. She's knocked out two of the motors, and now I've lost control. She's going down!
Oh, no!
I hope the boys are okay. It's getting dark and about time to light the bonfire.
They said it was only 30 miles away. That was an hour or so ago. I suspect they'll be limping back here any minute now.
Oh, I'm still fuming about this. They both knew this was important to us.
I'm on your side, Liz. Controlling them is like trying to make it rain. We should have thought harder about this 40 years ago.
Well, would you look at what the cat dragged in? No telltale smiles, though. So, did you get your precious fire video, Scoop?
Yeah, we got it all right.
You don't sound so pleased.
Good reason for that.
HexaDrone is dead.
Jimbo, did you crash Wally's drone?
Here's the deal, ladies. We got to the fire location. We're behind the blaze and took off without a hitch. Got some great shots of the fire for Channel 5. We moved the drone to the west, directly behind the fire.
And the drone burst into flames and went down. Oh, Wally.
No. We weren't that close to the fire.
We were attacked by two hawks.
What?
Yep, couldn't believe it myself. Got it all on video. Those two birds did more damage in 2 minutes than I could have done with a sledgehammer. We tried yelling at them, but we must have been near their nest, and they were in protection mode.
The next thing you know, Jimbo loses control, and the drone falls about 100 feet down into a swamp. The end.
Well, at least no animals were hurt in the making of this video.
And you know the TV station will use that hawk attack video. Too rich to pass up.
Oh, great. First all of the baseball team ribbing from 50 years ago, and now this. Oh, I hope the kids don't see it.
That's it. I'm out of here. I'll walk home and then try to sleep this off. Maybe some daddy pop will help.
I'm with you. Didn't see this one coming, but you have to admit it was a good run. See you at the Manor, Bev. Have fun with your friends.
You know, I had secretly wished that this would be their last call out, but I didn't want it to come to an end this way.
Hawk attack just goes to show you can't fool with Mother Nature.
Wally, breakfast is ready.
Coming, my sweet. So, what's new today?
Well, you'll be happy to know you are now viral.
Do I need to put on a mask?
You might want to put a pillow over your head. Our daughter sent us a link to an internet video showing your drone hawk attack. It's already had over 1 million views.
Oh, for the love of peace. International infamy. Now, ain't that a kick in the pants?
You have been listening to Wally's Garage, the HexaDrone pilots, created and written by Martie Savage. The show was directed by Martie Groat, with sound engineering by Lester Batts of Sound Solutions and Martin Clem of Kalamazoo Recording. The music was composed by Hal Hobson-Morse and performed by Linda Havens and Hal Hobson-Morse. Sound effects were performed by Gary Brown and Jake Burrell. This nonprofit performance was performed at KNAC, the Kalamazoo Nonprofit Advocacy Coalition, and is copyrighted by All Ears Theater, with all other rights reserved by the author. Any resemblance to persons living or dead, or characters, names, places, or incidents are fictitious and purely coincidental. This is your announcer, Jessica Bouquet, thanking you for listening and inviting you to visit us again for another All Ears Theater presentation.